If you've been trying to render your chaos physics in 5.7 and your cache manager is not working, this tutorial is for you. I'm going to show you guys how to fix this issue in 5.7, and I'll give you a bonus tip on an easy fix for you guys. So stay tuned to the end in order to get the bonus tip. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and click on the bell notification to get notified whenever I post new tutorial. Let's get straight into this tutorial. Let's start this tutorial. What we're gonna do is to fracture this up. I'm just gonna go through the whole chaos thing again, but I'm gonna go in more faster. If you want to know much about it, go and check my previous videos and you'll get to know more about the chaos and everything. So let's get straight into it, going into fracture, and I'll just create a new collection which I'm gonna call Watchtower. Watchtower. Make sure add an underscore naming scheme. C1, and then I'll create it. Now I have my collection. What I need to do now is to break it. Let's break it uniformly. Yeah, and now it's done. The next thing that I need to do is to change this because I want to see the color. So just type bone, show bone colors. Let's take it off. All right. And in order to break it, we need something called a master field. Just search the master field. If you don't see it here, what you need to do is to just check on your plugin content and the engine content and you'll get it. So I'll go straight into the main folder and I'll just place this in here, and I'll just increase the size of it. Just put it directly on the mesh or my collection. All right. And the next thing is I'm going to add an anchor field, and using this anchor field, it will prevent some parts of the mesh from breaking, because I don't want to break everything. All right. I don't want to break everything. I just want to keep some parts of the mesh. All right. So I could keep it directly in here, maybe in the middle, or try and cover everything up. All right. And the next thing I'm going to do is to click on the mesh, and that's the collection actually. And I'll just go to the field, the initialization field, and just add the anchor field and the master field. And when you click on simulate, you'll notice that it's working. Without it, it's not going to work. All right. So the next thing that I need to do now is that I want to render this or put this into sequencer. You can't just put just this into the sequencer. You need to cache it, then you run it through the sequencer. And that is what I'm going to show you guys how to do. I've already shown it in my previous tutorial, but people are having an issue where they are not able to cache it anymore, since we are having that issue in like 5.7 and I think 5.6. So I'm going to show you guys how to fix that. So the next thing that I need to do is to go to actors, clicking on the collection, actors chaos, and I'll just click on the cache manager, and I'm just going to name it tower underscore cache. Let's do it this way, and boom, I have my cache here. Where is it? I have my chaos cache here, which is the cache manager. And what I need to do now is to click on the record time and 0. What I need to do now is to click on simulate for it to simulate. And now everything is done. You get the point. But people are having an issue when they put it on play and it's not working. All right, it's not working. All right, let me do this. Let me just save it up. And now when I go back into my chaos manager again and I scrap through it, it's still not working, right? Good. What you need to do is to click on the chaos, the collection, and then come to custom. That's custom render. And then click on this and set it to none. All right. Now go back to your chaos manager and simulate it again. All right. And let's stop it here. Now you will notice that when we go back to our chaos and then we set it to play and we scrap through, boom, it's working. All right. It's working. It's working now. So we can then put it into our sequencer. I'm just gonna name it just like that. And as before, we are going to put in our chaos cache, which is gonna be here. And remember what I said in the previous tutorial, that you need to add your cache collection into the timeline. All right. And then the start time. All right. So we're going to set it to 0. And when you scrap through, it's working. All right. So I can key this from 0. And then set it in here. All right. And then we'll have this running in here. Okay, you can add something like a time dilation in order to get, you know, a nice slow motion stuff. It's just a bonus tip. All right, just keep it down there about here, and you're gonna get that kind of slow motion kind of feel to it. All right. So this is working now. And there's another instance that I noticed when I was working on this later on after this, making this tutorial. I noticed that let's do it all over again. Let me just add a mesh here, and just gonna fracture this again. And it will be happening to you guys in different ways. All right, let's just fracture this quickly. And let's move this down. I'm not going to just fracture. Good. And I'm quickly going to copy these, and then bring them here because they are the same. I don't want to bring it back again. Bring it close to it. All right. And that's it. Okay. I'm just going to take off the bone and I'll have this here. And the next thing, as I said before, is to add your collection. Yep. Yep. Master field 2 and master field 2. That's the anchor field and the master field. Okay, getting out of it, you just simulate and it's gonna work now. Okay, don't worry about these. We can now remove it. Okay, we can still now remove the whole thing. and it's not going to affect our simulation here because it's already cached. Remember that. So we are much worrying about this. Okay, so let's get out of the sequence and let me show you the second way in order for you to fix that kind of cache issue. Now the issue is, let's create our cache manager here and create a new one. Call it tower underscore 22. That's my lazy habit. All right, so we have another cache manager here. Okay, this is in tower 22. All right, tower 22. Now when you are about to cache your tower, what you need to do, you notice that when I click this and I go and check my custom render is great. I've not even ticked it on. All right, so the issue here is that when you are about to cache your simulation, what you need to do is not to click on the cache manager. What you need to do is to click on the collection, then click on simulate. All right, after doing this, go back to the cache manager and then set it to play and then check it. It's working. It's working now. You got the point. Now, a lot of people were having this issue. In this, I had to check on my custom collection in order for it to work. And you might have that kind of, let's say, a previous cache one. And I had to do this in order for it to work. But in this, it is not turned on. But what I did was, when I was caching it, instead of selecting the cache manager and more like caching everything out, what I did was I selected the mesh and then I cached it, or let's say I played my simulation. So I think that the solution is that whenever you are trying to cache your chaos physics, select the mesh first, not the cache manager. Select your mesh, which is your chaos collection, then play the simulation. It will transfer everything into the cache manager because it is actually recording it. But this solution was given to us by one of the guys in the comments in my previous video, that we need to select the custom render in order for it to work. And this was because we already made it. We already made the chaos and everything in there, and when I selected that, it worked. But I restarted. What I did was I restart everything, and then instead of selecting the cache, I selected the mesh and then cached it, and it's working without even doing the custom render stuff in order for it to work. So I think that there's the two solutions for you guys. I think this will be the best one to do. That is selecting the mesh, then caching it, instead of selecting the custom cache manager and more like simulating it. So this is the two stuff for you guys. I hope you learned something in this tutorial. This will be the best one for you. All right. But if you already have your cache and everything done without making or selecting the custom render stuff, do so and it's gonna work. But if you are starting over with everything, make sure that when you are caching, you select the mesh, then you cache. It's gonna work without it. All right, thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe to this channel and also click on the bell notification to get notified whenever I post new tutorials clockwise.